It's been a hard ride so far, and it's about to get a whole lot harder. Hey everyone, welcome to Hardcore Enduro, where it's all about getting out, riding the hard stuff. I'm George, the guy behind the bars, and the voice behind the mic. And we're doing it, folks. Chuckwalla Peak,
That's
right
the peak.
there.
Oh, okay.
So you see the trail cuts along, and then it's gonna go up.
Kyle and I, we've been riding pretty hard all day. Just to get to this point was a pretty hard trail ride in itself. There's a little bypass that I think a lot of the hikers take to get to the peak. It's right there to the right. Kyle thought that might have been one he tried to cut back and dumped his bike over there, just a dumb accident. But you got to do this ridge route to be official. You got to do this whole ridge route up to Chuckwalla, and each little peak on the way, there's 3 of them, is no mercy. It is brutal, it is steep, rocky, and you got to have your A game here. Not a lot of room for error. Can't be worried about breaking your bike because it's going to get some scratches. So that it's going to get real chunky. This stuff is steep, and there's going to be some switchbacks. So it's just going to test your skill level, everything you got to get your bike up to the peak here. I loved it. We had such a good time, and we did struggle. We were exhausted by this point, but that's hard enduro riding. You know, if you're not breathing hard when you're riding hard enduro, then you're not going hard enough. It is a huff and a puff though in the entire ride. Very slow. This reminds me of the struggle I was on in the Donner hard enduro. It's just getting over each little rock obstacle is a test. Now there's a storm coming in, a big thundercloud to our left here, and as we're going up, it's taking us a while to get up here, and the wind starts picking up a little bit, and you can just see this dark, menacing cloud coming, and I'm thinking, oh man, we need to hurry get to the top here and get down in safety, because if lightning strikes, rain, it's gonna get nasty. So we got some little switchbacks here. I mean, it like gradually gets harder and harder and harder and harder, this whole trail.
It's crazy.
You're starting to think, all right, it's gonna be, it's gonna level out, it's gonna be easy. Nope. And this is steep right here, and it's hard to get any momentum. And you can just see how chunky that is. Kyle got up that little ledge there, and where he's at, you can't roll backwards, you can't go right. It's you can see the rocks flinging out from his tire there.
Here, I'll help you.
Need a little bit of help. You don't want to get in a bad situation. So I just do a little front tire pull. It helps so much. That tiny little bit of pull in that front tire, gets you out of a bad spot. Because if you go to help your friend, you can really waste a lot of your own energy. If you go behind the guy and you're trying to push from behind, you'll use a lot more energy if you just go to the front and just do a little front pull in the tire. Here I go. So I'm gonna try to get up to the top. Right on. So I got up to that top ledge. Now I got to do a left pivot.
Where's your pivot turn though?
Oh,
I know. Where's the pivot turn? It's easy to do a pivot on flat ground when you're on the side of a cliff. It's a little bit tougher to do the same pivot. So I got a IRC, the Evo M5B. It's a big knobby tire. It's made for sand, mud, great for hill climbing on soft terrain. And here's where it hurts me a little bit. So on the rocky stuff like this, it's not the best tire. If you had something with a lot more knobs on it, a higher knob count, so it'd get more surface contact. And then it's a little bit harder rubber compound. And I do run a tubeless system for both tires in the rear. I usually keep it around 5 psi, and it seems to do really good for me. You know, it helps create a bigger footprint for the tire, and it helps you get through the rocks. Although the gummy compound really helped that stick. Look at that nice pivot turn there. Didn't land it, but you know, when you got the confidence, this is steep, folks. To be able to hit a pivot here, you gotta have some balls. So I'm trying to feather that clutch, keep the back tire from just spinning out and getting no traction, slinging rocks, and saving energy. If I could do little bites at a time, then I can save a lot of my energy and not work against the bike. Let the bike do the work for me. Hell, Kyle trying to sabotage me. He's trying to take me out there, throwing rocks in my face. He's gonna throw a big ass rock. Oh, look at that big rock right in the trail.
I was hoping that rock would fall right there.
Yeah, if it wasn't hard enough, you know, he's like, here you go, here's another big rock. Ooh, nice save there. You know, one thing I thought about doing is practicing the splits. There's so many times on a trail when I'm like at the full maximum stretch that I can go, and I was thinking, man, if I could do the splits, this would be way easier. I haven't trained or tried to increase my range of motion in my legs, but I think it would be helpful. I think that's an underrated skill for hard enduro, is being able to do the splits. So because he threw that big ass rock on the right, I had to go left here, and it's got this little ledge. I'm trying to get a good foot placement so that I can then bump the bike up. Couldn't, so I just hopped off the bike and did a little bike push. Check out this little area. You had a little step up, and you had to give it a little bit. You got to zap that, you know, and you could have got over that, but this terrain's just so gnarly. Those rocks are so menacing.
I just kicked my back tire over.
Yeah.
You almost had that though.
Yeah, if I get a little pop.
Damn moose, dude, it just grips on the rocks.
Oh, this isn't a moose.
Oh, is it?
This is just my tubeless.
Well, yeah, same
Yeah.
difference, right?
Yeah.
Not the tube.
So the moose, I don't have my moose on, but I do have a moose. It's Nitro Tech. It's the plushie. It's supposed to feel like 6 to 8 psi. I have my Ibex, my Kindle Ibex tire set up at that, but I don't have it on, so I'm just running my tubeless, which at this point I wish I had it on. I know it'd be eaten up, but it would make this a lot easier. Right on. All right, so this is the first summit. You can see there's the middle one, the next one, and then the big one at the far end. So it's not. Look at that vista, though. The views are just incredible. It just is gorgeous up here. So what we went through, that was just like a little warm-up, and it just gets worse as you get closer to the big peak. It gets nasty. This is the top of the second summit, and you got a pretty steep descent down until you start the next climb up. And this descent, it is very steep going down on the left. Like, you don't want to fall. There's this turn coming up right up here. I'm telling you, you can't miss your balance on this one. It's right here. This turn coming up. Because there's a chute going down. So you're going down right here. That turn right there. There's a rock that sticks out. I put my foot on it. Now, if you were to, hit your foot peg there, lose your balance and fall left right here, game over. Call in the helicopter to get you out, because that would be bad. So it's downhill. I do engine off, and there's a little rock. My front tire runs right into it. I stick out my foot, and I do get nothing but air. So I just lay the bike over there. Safe. If you're gonna lay the bike over on this trail, that spot right there, that's where you want to lay it over. Because anywhere else is bad news. We have bright green moss. There's this like fluorescent green moss. It really stood out. I know you can see it on the camera, but in person, it just looked like neon green. It was crazy looking.
There's the bypass right there.
Yeah, so that bypass that I mentioned earlier, that's where it connected. So you missed the first two little summits, and it takes you straight to the big boy up here. Look at these rocks though. Right, give it some gas. Nope. Dart right into the rock. That's one of my trademark moves. Just darting right into the rocks.
Come on, baby.
Here's some of that technique I've been working at home right there. See how I rock back, forward, and right when I'm rocking back, right when I start going forward, I'm dropping the clutch, giving some gas. So the bike then is going over the obstacle, and my body weight helps carry it over the obstacle too. Been working on that. It's working. It just looks nuts. I see Kyle up there. I'm like, how the hell did he get up there? It looks bad. Where did I go? I don't even see a line. So I do a little right pivot. I guess this looks better this way. It really doesn't. It looks bad every way. Now that I pivoted right, I look back left, and I think I should have just stayed straight on the line instead of going up here. If I came in, I could have had some momentum and just give some gas, and I would have just gone right over the top of all these rocks. Or gone off the cliff, it could have been either or.
Do it straight through? Woo!
Yeah, buddy.
Had to change my battery back there.
So I just did that too.
Woo!
Need a break?
Hell yeah, I need a break.
Fights,
Yeah, I'm exhausted. I could take a nap right now. 30 seconds though, that's all you get. 30-second break, and then you're off and running again.
Looks easy here.
It's got to be getting easier, that's true.
Yeah, it's not going to get any easier. It's going to get harder and harder. It's got a section up here that just is like, wow. Who was the first guy to do this? It is nuts. So right here, Kyle makes a right-hand turn, goes down. It's really bad right there. And I come in, I don't get my balance. I come in and I overshoot it. And I'm like, I'm going to do a left pivot, a around here, and every time I go, I'm getting my front tire caught in the rocks, and there's just not a lot of room. I'm like the in Austin Powers when he's trying to make a U-turn in the golf cart, and he's like making little turns trying to turn around. Come on, Georgia, get this bike turned around.
God damn it.
So I give up and do the old rear end drag over to help me out. See, if I would have just came in slower, got that turn, I would have saved a ton of energy. This is bad here. We got that rock right in front of me, and it just drops off. It is steep. Got good foot placement. Look at that. Playing that perfectly. Up ahead, there's a single tree on this whole Chuckwalla peak. There's one tree on it, and someone needs to start bringing a bra or panty up there. You got to do the bra and panty tree right there. Next time, I'm going to ask my wife for some, and I'm going to throw some up there. And I'm going to start a trend. I know the environmentalists are going to hate me for it, but you guys will love it. Now look at this. We got to go through this. This was the gnarliest section of the whole ride. This is just crazy.
Who goes first?
Yeah, who goes first? So we both walked ahead, reconned it, and kind of picked how we're going to do it.
I'll probably spot you.
And I'm going to be a spotter. Look at that wind. It's just howling. Kyle just goes right away. Doesn't want to spend too much time overthinking it, which is, it's a good strategy. Sometimes you can take too much time, overthink it, and then you pick a bad line. I'm trying my best to keep that front tire down so it doesn't loop out, and then just give me a little bit of pull. Whoa, keep that, let that clutch out a little bit, don't roll backwards.
That was nice until I lost it.
Oh yeah, my finger there, I totally smashed my finger. Nice little snot rocket.
Yeah, that was you got to a good spot right there.
So there was a rock on the bottom that was in the way and jutted out a little bit. So I took another rock, banged it, and tried to knock it down, shave it off a little bit. And when I did that, my ring finger was underneath and just totally got smashed.
You want me to just lift it?
My ring finger on my hand right now just smashed. This is not. I'd like to see someone do this without any help. That would be so impressive. That'd be awesome to see. If you guys know someone who's done this solo, that is, my hat's off to him. That's a lot of respect. All right, Kyle's look at that storm coming. See that storm right there? That's why the wind's picked up and rain's coming. Look how gnarly this is walking down it. You got to be careful walking down. You're exhausted. You could easily just fall on your face right now. Look at that storm. Oof. And the distance there, that's Cross Mountain. And originally I wanted to do both of those on the same ride, but the storm right there is coming in hot. And so the storm comes in, and we're like, we gotta hurry up and get over this mountain down in the safety. There's gonna be lightning and stuff. We don't want to be on top of the hill with lightning coming in. So now it's my turn. You gotta go for it, George. Don't think about it too much.
That looks bad.
Yeah, it looks really bad. I make it just almost the same spot Kyle made it to. Got a little bit higher than he did, and then I'm able to do a little pivot there, get that front tire up.
I hope that rain stays over there. bad.
And the back tire, I got to bump the back tire up and over. And I know I can't rock back too much. You know, I want to rock back, give me a little bit of room, but there's just not a lot of room. So I'm going to just drag the back end up a little bit, and then Kyle's going to do a little tire pull in the front. One hand, he's got the he's got his iPhone filming as he's pulling with his right hand. He's filming with his left hand. So I help walk the bike up a little bit. No harm in walking the bike up. Pros do it all the time.
Clutch fatigue there.
Yeah.
Just gonna hold that.
Yeah, so that was the hardest section. That was like the only section we really had to have a team effort to get up it. I mean, going up solo, that would be tough. You see, the storm's getting closer. So in my mind, I'm thinking, crap, we gotta hurry up and get up. There's a really steep descent going down the backside. So number one, I don't want to get struck by lightning. Number two, if it starts getting rainy and wet and slick, I don't want to be going down the steep backside, all slick and wet. Still struggling though, wasting time here. Come on, Trixie, get up. Keep climbing, girl. Let's go. So I'm going to stop. I'm going to just make sure Kyle gets up. So he's doing pretty good. He's keeping that back tire going, keeping his momentum up, and is able just to go right on up there. A lot better than I did. So, you know, these climbs, sometimes you just got to keep that forward progress going and let the suspension do its thing. The bike will keep climbing. Did a lot better than that time. That, I'm telling you, you gotta be here to believe what this is. This is nasty. So Kyle, he didn't make it that first attempt. He went back down, came in with a lot more speed, and just like he did previously, you know, you carry that, you keep that momentum going, and the bike, it goes up. I mean, it looks impossible.
Yeah, when you just give it the beans.
Yeah, just give it the gas, and the bike will make it
You're
up.
not scared, Dina.
Here's a tough section here. You got just, can't stop saying it. You got this extreme drop off to the right here.
I know.
Hopefully there's no lightning.
I know. Actually, that top ledge would be a better run. I should have brought my more momentum.
Someone left their swing arm. I don't know why I see a lot of swing arm guards around. I've been, like when we're in Utah, whenever there's a rocky section, you always find a swing arm guard. So I don't know if they actually do anything, if they're just falling off all the time. Now, I don't run swing arm guards, so if you guys do, like, what's the deal? How come they keep breaking off? I see them on the trail all the time. Face full of my handlebar bag. So Kyle asked me if that gets in the way, and it doesn't. You know, if I get really up on the handlebars, because it's a bag, it squishes in, and then it's on a plastic mount, so the plastic gives away. So I've never had an issue of getting hung up on it. I know it looks like it would be in the way, but it isn't. And then on the top of my handlebar bag, I carry my tripod, which I have a new tripod now. This one has a little bit stronger base, and I really like it. Oh, oh! Don't do that. That's the wrong way to go right there. You gotta stay on the trail, Trixie. So I get caught up right here, and there's just a little rock that's catching on my tire. Yeah, you're welcome. You're welcome. There it is. Now, I've been watching Moana. My son loves Moana. I think I've seen it 25 times in the last week. I love Moana, actually. I enjoy watching it. Every time I watch it, I'm like, I like this movie. Getting so close to the top here, we don't want to try not to take any breaks. We're trying to get up to that top now. You can see the dark clouds kind of over us now. I know we're still in the sun, but it's over us. Just off to the left, and now you can see the cloudiness, how it's raining right there. Right here, this is a sketchy spot. So you got this little outcrop, see that rock right there, and you got to go over it. And I popped the front tire over, and it's a drop off to the left. It is going down, and right there my brake lever gets caught on the rock. When I look down, you can see my little brake lever just right there in the rock. And I'm just trying to like get it over. I'm like, it's not gonna go. I gotta move it back in. Kyle's asking me if we can go down around it, and I'm like, no, you don't want to go down there.
Stuck on my brake lever.
So I'm gonna move my bike over enough, and I get just enough clearance from the brake lever to get over it. Well, Kyle doesn't, and he flops the bike left right there, and I don't know how the hell he got the bike back on the trail, because I'm telling you, it was steep, and but he did, and I don't know, my bad. This is a bad riding friend, bad riding buddy. I left him there because I just thought he would make that, and then he doesn't show up for like 10 minutes. I could hear the bike running, so I know he wasn't dead. I just like, he's just all right, struggling, and I don't know. I should have gone back. My bad, Kyle. All right, here's the top, folks. There's a storm coming. You see the rain? It's coming straight for us. This is the top of Chuckwalla. They got a little post there. I think there's a SoCal motorcycle sticker on there. So I'm gonna put my sticker on there. Yeah. There we go. It's official, folks. Hardcore Enduros has been on the top of Chuckwalla.
There it is.
So it's got a little booklet. You can sign in. Of course, the pen. I gotta carry my own pen. The pen was like barely working. And then I was exhausted. My hands were a little shaky. I could barely write. So you can go, the last guy that was up here was the week before. And there had to be some snow up here because it snowed the week before. So the guys that came last week, those guys are nuts. You can see it's starting to rain on us now. So the rain's coming in. So here's my tripod. I really like this one. It's really tall. Some of the like the GoPro one you get, it's not very tall. When you go to get a good photo, it's way down low. This one really extends up. I think it's 62 inches high, and then it has the arms that come out, and it's got little extra braces for it so they don't break off. The one I've gotten before, the arms flare out, and they're so flimsy. All right, here comes Kyle. He made it up. I don't know how he got his bike up because he fell right there. And that was bad.
Don't blow over.
Signature pose. You gotta have a signature pose when you do photos. There's a little stack of stones here. and we didn't put one on. I mean, that's storm. We're like, we need to get off the top of this mountain before we get struck by lightning. This backside is real short, you know, compared to the climb up. The climb up is like a struggle. It takes just, you know, it's a beast. You just watched it. And going down the other side, it's real short. It's very steep, but it's like over and done. You're like, oh, we're off the peak already. And I don't know, you might be able to go up this way, but I don't know if going down the other way would be easier. I don't know. I think going up is easier. Maybe because going down, if you fall going down, I mean, you're gonna break something. I'd rather fall going up than going head first, falling going down on that steep stuff. Struggling to keep in control of the bike, got the engine off, back end's dragging, and you can, when the back end starts to slide to the left or right, then I'll pull in the clutch, let the back tire roll a bit so it just starts tracking. Stopped, edited that out, but I stopped now and again just to rest my arms. You get, you know, your arms are holding all your body weight. And I actually learned a little bit of technique that if you lean all the way back and you squeeze with your legs can hold you up. You're not just relying solely on your arms. You can squeeze your thighs and your knees right there, pinch the bike. You're still up, off, you know, you're not just totally sitting on the bike, but you use your legs, pinch the bike, and that takes a lot of pressure off your arms. Alright folks, that's going to bring this video to an end. Hope you enjoyed watching the struggle up Chuckwalla. It was a beast. We got some more riding out here to do. We're going to do Cross Mountain tomorrow, and I'll get that video up soon. Until then, get out and ride and get some. Ew!